It's good for Megan, but I can't get over how insane everyone have become about a jar of strawberry jam.
Good afternoon, Angela.
Listen to this.
Hello. Hi. So you heard Minister McCarthy there saying that Meghan is incredibly threatening to some people. I have to agree with that. Some people just seem to have a bad word to say about Meghan continuously, even when she's doing something as innocent as releasing some jam. How's that offending people?
Well, I think there's two sorts of women who are very strong, and some of them are delightful and absolutely amazing, and some of them are really spiteful and not so much. And there's a whole range of people in between. So I think it's a bit of a nonsense thing to say. Not all women are scared of women who are powerful. Not at all. I think the problem with Meghan is that she doesn't wait till things sort of materialize. Everything's got to be done immediately. And if not, she drops the people and moves on and does something else. We've seen that with one of her husbands. We've seen that with all sorts of things with the royal family. And I think that people find that rather unpleasant. But Melissa McCarthy, I mean, I think she's slightly frightened of Meghan, even though she's pretending that she's not. Because when Meghan had her 40th birthday, she invited her along. They were chatting very nicely, having cups of tea. And there was poor Harry outside the window, not allowed in, playing with balls. And it looked very much a sort of Charles Dickens associated thing where
I mean, what is this woman actually talking about? Are we not on the subject of strawberry jam? I thought this was about strawberry jam. She seemed to have taken offense that one of Megan's friends was rolling around in the grass with the jam. Now she's telling me about Harry playing with balls and 40th birthday parties and all kinds of things that to me are completely irrelevant, completely passe. This is about jam. The jam offended her a lot to the point that she's on a show talking about jam, which is something she needs to self reflect on. Lady, you have agreed to come on to talk about a bottle of strawberry jam. I mean, get some perspective. You are here to talk about a bottle of strawberry jam, something that everybody has in their pantry, including yourself. You are here to talk about a bottle of strawberry jam. And in particular, it's jam that is made by someone that you find completely irrelevant, right? I mean, it's breathtaking how completely blinded this woman is to the fact that she's past obsession. I mean, she's now kind of like infantile in her sort of protests and her like whining and complaining and just, you know, what is the word when men can't stand it that women do? The hagging. Is it the hag? The hagging, whatever. I mean, for the love of God, you know. Anyway, let's continue.
you'd look through the window and you want a sort of piece of cake. And Meghan thought it was hilarious and she began laughing, and then Melissa started laughing. Nothing wrong with that, but you just felt that it was just a really rather strange thing to find funny. But everybody has their own view of who they like, and Meghan does have a way of making some people think she's enormously wonderful and other people not liking her at all. And I think there are reasons at both ends of that.
But you look at, wait, Angela. Talking about Harry being outside, you have no idea, like what Harry's doing outside. That may be how the issue appears. Could be completely innocent. Just because she's having a birthday party doesn't mean Harry has to be in there holding her hand like some child, does it?
It wasn't a birthday party, it was her birthday, and she had her friend Melissa there. He looked very lost. I mean, I spent
He
15
looks lost.
months.
That's your interpretation. No, that.
I mean, you are a grown woman and you're sitting there analyzing another grown woman's birthday celebration. Like, I mean, she celebrated her birthday with a friend, and rather than you going out with your friends for high tea at like the Ritz in London or taking an art class, taking a painting, watercolor. I mean, shit, going shopping, right? Getting your hair done, your nails done, your toes done. Get a bikini wax, like a Brazilian bikini wax, right? Rather than do that for yourself, you're sitting there talking about the way that another grown woman is spending her day of birth with another friend. But we're here to talk about jam, right? This is a jam discussion, and she's taking us all through the meadows, all through the forest, all through the hills and the mountains. To where? I don't know where, to what end. I don't know.
That's your interpretation. You looked lost. Yeah, that's your interpretation, which means nothing. Hang on. No, hang on. Let's go back to something else you said there. You said that Meghan likes to do everything straight away. She can't wait for things. She's done a soft launch of her website, American Riviera Orchard. She sent out 50 jars to her.
And before we even continue with that, Meghan can't wait for things. Who are you to say that? You are a grown woman talking about a grown woman. It's like, can you wait for things? Can you wait for things? Sitting here talking about Meghan can't wait for things. On what are you basing this very astonishing conclusion about another adult? I mean, you're not talking about a 2-year-old here. Don't you have anything? Do you have grandchildren? Why don't you take your grandchildren to the theater? Sitting here talking about Meghan can't wait for things. How do you know that? What things are you talking about? The woman just sent out 50 jars of strawberry jam. Do you understand 50 jars of strawberry jam? Do you know what it takes to make 50 jars of strawberry jam? Right? Wait for things. She has to wait for it to boil or whatever. I don't know. Set. Whatever. She waited. Then she sent it to 50 friends. You're here to talk about that. Think about that. You're here to talk about somebody's. Why don't you go make your own strawberry jam, Angela? I hear that it's not that difficult to make 50. I mean, I've never made 50 jars of strawberry jam. I wouldn't even attempt it, to be quite frank. However, you have all this time to go onto a show to talk about another grown woman and what she's doing in her kitchen, what she's doing for her 40th birthday. And then you're telling us that she can't wait. But how do you know she can't wait for things? I'm sure there's a lot of things she can wait for. Can you wait, Angela? This is really the question. Can you wait? And then you have to ask yourself, should you wait? Should you wait? Let's see what else Angela has to say.
Friends and influencers, something that lots of celebrities do when they're launching things. So she is taking this one slow, and eventually she'll launch a website, and it's probably going to be a success. So what do you say to that when you're saying she has to have everything immediately?
You've got to listen to what I said before. I spent 15 months with Prince Harry writing his biography. So I think I know him very well, and I think I can tell what mood he's in. So I don't think you can say to me, oh, it was just I was wrong about that, because I think I was right.
Okay, so this is about the 15 months she spent with Prince Harry. Oh, so is it that she misses Harry? Does she feel like maybe Meghan interrupted her play date? Like she was in like the sandbox and they were just like, gently tossing sand at each other. And then Meghan came, this interloper, and stopped her from enjoying the 15 months. And then Harry was in a bad mood because he has to come out of the sandbox and leave Angela in the sandbox all by herself. I mean, what is she talking about? She spent 15 months with Prince Harry. So therefore, what? You spent 15 waking hours. You went to bed with him. You woke up with him in the morning. You spent 15 months. What does that mean? Every single day? 7 days a week? How many ever weeks in 15 months? I don't even know. 15 times 4. I mean, whatever. Are we saying, did we sleep in the same bed? Did we wake up in the morning? As if she's an expert on King Harry. I keep saying King Harry. I mean, Prince,
when I see
whatever.
Meghan pulling him along and he's always behind her, I feel exactly the same.
When do you see that? When do you see that? We look at, okay, here's some video footage here. Is Meghan pulling him along there? He's grabbing her wrist, pulling her along. How you interpret things is how you interpret things.
But you
interpret things in a very, very strange way.
Meghan and Harry walking. Wait, well, that's my way.
Oh, well, there's another video of Harry walking in front of her, pulling her along. It's not Meghan doing it, is it?
Well, you've picked
Angela,
those two. You might have picked those two, but I've found that when she's pulling him, so you can't tell me out of two pictures that I've got something wrong.
Well, no, it sounds like you've got a vendetta against Meghan Markle. As it sounds like. You sound like Angela. With respect, you sound like a troll. You sound like a social media troll. Everything you can point out that's incorrect. Very rude.
You don't call someone a troll with respect. That's without respect.
No, it is with
No, I would say with the respect that you have earned and the respect you deserve, because that's a very tricky thing to say, with respect. And I'm realizing, or even with all due respect, a lot of them are not due any respect. They're not due jack. You know what I mean? So we have to change that with the respect you have earned, and let her think about that. How much respect have you earned? How much respect do you deserve for being a grandma troll, a bovine grandma troll on a young woman? I like a wood slave on this girl, in her ears, on her face, in her hair, all over for 7, 8 years, like a bovine grandma troll, right? How much respect does she really deserve, young man? That's what you need to be very specific. They're not due anything. It's a lie. It's a myth. It's a brainwash, right? Let's get woke over here. Wake up and smell the coffee and let these wokies have whatever they have to say about it. She ain't due jack as far as respect, as far as I'm concerned.
Respect.
Let me talk about something else. Abigail Spencer, who is also a friend of Meghan's, she has given the 6th jar of jam, right? And
my God, she knows exactly how many jars of jam. So her job must be, is she like a Meghan specific, a Meghan correspondent? Is that her job title? I mean, whatever it means, but how do you know that this was the 6th jar of jam? This is specific. I mean, this is a woman she's an expert on these minutiae details. The 6th jar of jam? When was the last time she had jam herself? Or a marshmallow, or I don't know. How many cups of coffee does she know the details of her own life the way she knows the details of the Duchess of Sussex? The 6th jar of jam. I'm kind of impressed with that. That's like some serious homework she's doing here.
We would see her lying on the grass, hugging it, with the dog close by. It was a very sort of set up thing. That's one when she's sitting up. You're sitting down. And I thought, how ridiculous. This is a jar of jam. Why are we all getting hysterical about a jar of jam?
But you are the one, darling. You darling. You frickin' darling. You darling moo moo moo. Okay? You moo moo darling. You are the one on international television, plus the internet, talking about a jar of jam. I mean, who cares if she's on the floor? Who cares she's in a latrine? Who cares if she's on a private jet? Who cares if she's in a gymnasium? Who cares if she's in her bed? Wherever she is with this jar of jam, what difference does it make to you? Why are you accepting an assignment to go on international airwaves to discuss somebody else's jar of jam? It's you who's the problem, madame, not Abigail, and certainly not the Duchess of Sussex.
Who's hysterical about it? It's PR. She's trying to sell something. This is called advertising.
I know what PR is.
Well, with respect, clearly you don't. You're saying it's so set up. It's a PR stunt.
You're here to fight me, so why don't you say goodbye?
I'm not here to fight you. I'm just laying out the truth to you.
You're very rude.
No, Angela, you don't want to be challenged. You won't be challenged, and you won't be scrutinised. I'd like to know. Oh, and she's gone. You see, this is what happens when you challenge people. When you go to them, and you say to them, "Here's some facts. Here's some truths." Some people don't like it, and if people can't answer the truths, what do? They hang up.
Yeah, I mean, she hangs up. She can't take the heat, so she needs to stay out of the jam kitchen, right? But I mean, she came on to talk about a jar of jam. I mean, think about that. She has a lot of free time on her hands that she's going to take time to talk about. I mean, I spoke about the jar of jam. I'm a YouTuber, and that was several days ago. I've moved on. I can't believe they're still on the jar of jam. I can't believe they're still on the jar of jam. Megan just hired a new communications director, right? Among other things, she's moved on a long time ago. They're still here talking about a jar of jam, okay? Granny Bovine, Angela Levin. I mean, she has too much free time. She has too much free time, okay? That's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
They just start shouting, or they just start denying.